With the whole church, I say to you today, Alleluia, Christ is risen. He is risen indeed. What an Easter we had yesterday, right? So different from every Easter I've ever known, where we have dressed up and gone to church and worshiped and sang glorious songs and had wonderful music, as well as being with family and having a good dinner, playing games and kids hunting Easter eggs, which isn't exactly part of our religious tradition, although we have used that as symbols for sure. But yesterday, we were all in our homes, not with our family, not in our churches, although there were some wonderful live streaming worship services all over the world, and I did enjoy several of those, as I hope that you did as well. They were inspiring, but there was still that sense of loneliness and kind of feeling a little bit down. I was trying really hard to be positive, but it got actually harder as we started watching the news and seeing how devastated people in the South were with tornadoes furiously plowing through and destroying homes and taking lives. Easter Sunday yesterday was not a joyous Sunday for many, many people. And so we think about that first Easter and how the disciples were locked up in a room, hiding away by themselves, afraid, afraid of what was going to happen to them, devastated by what had happened to Jesus. And then we're told that the women went to the tomb, and there they found the tomb empty, the stone rolled away, and there they met Jesus, the risen Lord, who told them to not be afraid, that he was alive, and to go and share that stunning, amazing good news with the disciples. Their fear, their grief turned into, I'm sure, puzzlement, and then into great joy when they too saw the risen Lord. And no matter what had happened and no matter what was going to happen, they had renewed hope. They had this deep assurance inside that nothing could keep them away from God's love. I want to share with you in this devotion a psalm that I have always found comforting. It was my mother's favorite psalm, and I find it to be a real blessing today as we think about so many people who are suffering and afraid right now. It's from Psalm 121. Hear the word of the Lord. I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where will my help come? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. He will not let your foot be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. He who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The Lord will keep your going out and your coming in from this time on and forevermore. Take comfort, friends, for he is with us. He knows everything that's happening. He will help us. He will guide us. And in his death and resurrection, he will take us home to be with him. He is risen. Thanks be to God.